Welcome to the pride of the swift-growing South, Tuskegee University. I am Janasia Phillips, a junior majoring in dietetics from Jacksonville, Florida. Here we are at Margaret Murray Washington, which serves as the Office of Admissions, Financial Aid, and one of 3 eateries here on campus. Margaret Murray Washington Hall is also dedicated to Booker T. Washington's 3rd wife, and she is the only wife to succeed him. Here we are in the rotunda of the Margaret Murray Washington Hall. On my right, we have the Tuskegee University bookstore, where you can find all official Tuskegee University apparel. And behind me, we have the Tuskegee University One Stop for all your quick financial needs.
George Washington Carver was not just an inventor, he was an innovator, but most importantly, he was a professor at this illustrious institution. George Washington Carver did work with the sweet potato, clay, and of course, the peanut. Tuskegee University is the only HBCU to have a George Washington Carver Museum on this campus. So I strongly encourage you to come in, take a look, and learn something new.
Hi, my name is Kaylin Clemens, a junior biology major from Mobile, Alabama. And this building behind me is the James H.M. Henderson Hall. This building serves as the university's Agriculture and Life Sciences Teaching, Research, and Extension building. This building officially opened in 2013, making it the newest constructed building on the campus. This building serves as the home to the College of the Agriculture, Environment, and Nutrition Sciences, also known as CANES. This building is a 40,000 square foot building that has state-of-the-art classrooms, laboratories, and equipment that are used to teach both lab and lecture courses in plant, soil, environmental, and animal sciences, as well as biology and chemistry courses. Once you enter the building, you will enter a spacious lobby that segues into an auditorium that is commonly used for seminars. Once you get further into the building, you'll find that majority of the first floor is used for these state-of-the-art laboratories. These laboratories can seat up to 48 students, and they were all designed to facilitate hands-on learning experiences for all of the CANES students. Inside of the building, there are also research laboratories that are used for both Tuskegee students and faculties for their research in plant biotechnology, agriculture, food sciences, and so much more. Besides holding spaces for these classrooms, labs, and auditoriums, this building also holds the Office of the Dean, as well as other offices for CANE faculty members.
Originally constructed between 1896 and 1898, the first Tuskegee Chapel unfortunately caught fire in 1957. The newly constructed chapel, built in 1969, features a breathtaking design with no exterior 90-degree angles. Some activities held in the Tuskegee Chapel include Sunday morning services, which begin at 9:30 a.m. and are non-denominational, as well as the freshman pitting ceremony, which is our rites of passage ceremony, and our convocations geared towards the knowledge and development of the up-and-coming Tuskegee women and gentlemen, and not to mention our Faith Week and gospel concerts. When I think of a true Tuskegee gospel experience, I immediately think of the Tuskegee University Golden Voices Concert Choir. The Golden Voices Concert Choir is the oldest organization on campus, beginning in 1886, and is currently under the direction of Dr. Wayne Anthony Barr. The Golden Voices can even be heard nationally and internationally, and can also be heard from the movie Selma on the track Glory featuring John Legend. An important part of our Tuskegee Chapel is the singing windows. The singing windows has inscribed 11 Negro spirituals that were favored by Booker T. Washington himself. From Swing Low, Sweet Chariot to Deep River, the singing windows tells biblical stories as well as Negro spiritual stories. Not to mention, a lot of graduating seniors take their final portraits here to commemorate their time at the university.
The building behind me is the Frederick D. Patterson Hall. This building was completed in 1978, and in 1980 it was dedicated to Dr. Frederick D. Patterson, Tuskegee University's third president. Dr. Patterson served from 1935 to 1953, and aside from being an academic administrator, he was also a veterinarian who established the School of Veterinary Medicine at Tuskegee University in 1944. We are now inside of Patterson Hall. To the right of me, we have the TS Veterinary Medical Library. This library is on the main entry level, and it's named after Dr. T.S. Williams, who was the second dean of the School of Veterinary Medicine. This library serves as a resource center for the faculty and staff within the college, and it holds up to 35,000 volumes of literature that is used. We also have the office of the dean and the associate deans, and below the entry level, we have an auditorium that is commonly used for seminars. Besides holding these spaces, the Patterson Hall also contains plenty of classrooms and laboratories that are all used by the faculty and staff of the College of Veterinary Medicine.
I stand here before you at the Legacy Museum, dedicated to the 599 participants of the United States Public Health Study of Untreated Syphilis in the Negro Male. This study lasted from 1932 to 1972. In April of 2009, the Legacy Museum opened with treasured Tuskegee University historical moments in public service, science, medicine, and visual arts. Here in the Legacy Museum, we have over 9,000 square feet of highlighted and collected dioramas, exhibits, and displays. The dioramas on the first floor of the Legacy Museum serve as a window into history, as it showcases clips of Tuskegee's history and Black history as a whole. On the second floor of the Legacy Museum, you will find our Henrietta Lacks exhibit, where it discusses not only her story, but how her cells were immortal, because they were able to replicate outside of her body. The Legacy Museum is the original building of the John A. Andrews Hospital, where George Washington Carver did majority of his research here on the children of polio. In the Legacy Museum, you will find a wheelchair created by the students of Tuskegee University that was designed by George Washington Carver himself. Dedicated to the 599 participants of the United States Public Health Study of Untreated Syphilis in the Negro Male of Macon County, you will find a picture of not only the surviving participants, but President Bill Clinton. Also in the Legacy Museum, you will find checks that were written to surviving participants and their families. Whenever you find your way back to Mother Tuskegee, the Legacy Museum is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
My name is Aaron Couch from San Jose, California, senior communications major here at Tuskegee, and today we'll be interviewing some international students to get their perspective on the Tuskegee experience.
My name is Joaquin Mori. I'm originally from Uganda. My major is integrative biosciences, the PhD program. Words enough can't really describe some of the benefits that come out of TUGO. One of the major benefits that we get as international students when working with TUGO is the sense of family that the office gives us. I can tell you, as international students, most times we don't come with our families. And so you find that during some of the events, especially for example Thanksgiving, which is a big thing in the US, most students go to dine with their families. And so as an international student, you don't have that opportunity. But TUGO, that's where TUGO comes in handy, and they give us that sense of unity, that sense of family. And also, whenever we are in need of support, TUGO is always handy to give us that support. I can tell you there are countless number of times when I bumped into Miss Wayne unannounced with problems, and she has been able to help me.
My name is Ahmed Al-Hilal and I am from Saudi Arabia. I am majoring in material science and engineering. The experience being open to introduce myself and introduce my country to other international students and overseas and to be abroad, to join events, to organize, prepare events and get to meet other international students at Tuskegee and outside Tuskegee University.
My name is Yadna Rivas. I am from Dominican Republic. I am an IBS student. IBS stands for Integrative Biosciences. It's a PhD program. I do it mostly for enjoyment's sake. There are things, they organize activities that help you feel like you have a mini family here with the other international students. And I think that that's important for us to feel like we are seen and we belong.
I am Akil Sanders, a Fall 20 graduate of the illustrious Tuskegee University with a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering, and I am currently a maintenance utility technician at Nucor Steel Decatur.
I'm Amos Landrum. I'm a recent May 2020 graduate of the illustrious Tuskegee University, where I received 2 bachelor's degrees in electrical engineering and computer engineering. I'm currently an electrical engineer at the Nucor Tubular Products Cedar Springs facility.
My journey with Nucor honestly began with my journey at Tuskegee University. Upon attending Tuskegee University, I attended the Freshman Accelerated Startup Training and Retention for Engineering Curricula. I know it's a mouthful, but Fast Track for short, a program for incoming engineering students where you get to come and start taking classes early, get ahead of your peers, and really learn and get to talk to the different companies that come and recruit at Tuskegee. Nucor being one of those companies that came.
I was first introduced to Nucor the beginning of my sophomore year at the career fair. I had 2 fellow classmates that had interned with them the previous summer. They introduced me to Nucor. I talked with them, gave them my resume, and told them why I wanted to work with them, told them all the good things that they had told me about working with Nucor, including the commitment to safety and just them being able to be themselves and actually having hands-on opportunities while being interns and not just, running errands or just doing desk work. So when I met them, talked to them, they gave me an interview for the following day, and they also invited me to dinner that night.
My initial interaction with Nucor is honestly one I'll never forget. That presentation really stuck out to me that summer more than any other presentation from any other company. And that was because Nucor was just so genuine with their approach. I remember they started off the conversation by asking all of us freshman students to just throw out different things that we look for in a company. Of course, we all said we wanted to make money. We wanted a company where we could move up. We wanted a company that was going to care about us. We wanted a company that we could go to work and love what we do every day. We wanted flexibility. We wanted all these different things, and even things we didn't think about, like being environmental stewards. And upon throwing out all those things, the different Nucor recruiters that came gave us concrete examples of how Nucor illustrated all those in the company that they were. And that really kind of stuck with me and sold me.
Being honest, I was very nervous, and because I know how typical corporate dinners usually go. So when I go there, I'm kind of uptight. I'm not really saying anything. I'm just kind of quiet. And they reassured me while I was there that they really didn't want to hear anything about work. They just wanted to get to know me as a person. They just wanted to know Amos Landrum.
My education is well worth anybody's while, but to sort of get that, physically in the form of a scholarship that not only pays for part of your college, but all of it, is sort of very rewarding, and it makes me want to strive so much harder to live up to that scholarship that was given to me.
It was fall of my sophomore year, and my parents told me that they could not afford to attend here. I had loans piling up, and my parents said, you can either just not be in school or you can come to Texas and go to a school back at home. And I just knew that I was deserving of being here. I had a 4.0 GPA, I was an eminent scholar, and I knew that God put me here for a reason. And so I started sharing my story and just advocating for why I deserve to be here. And scholarships started falling in my lap, and I became an RA. I became a university ambassador, and I made it known that I was supposed to be here, and everything ended up working out.
I think just the fact that someone else is paying for my schooling, I've always thought that school, if you're going to be at school, you shouldn't be wasting your time or money anyways, but the feeling is more heightened when someone else is paying for it, and you feel a responsibility to not let them down or not let their money go to waste, like you would feel if your parents are paying for it, but even more so for someone that you don't know.
It lets me know that I can't stray away from those responsibilities, or I might potentially lose that scholarship. It also lets me know that I need to be a walking example for my peers, because if I show a great deal of work ethic, then that'll probably, lead them to follow me in the path that I'm on, which is the positive path.
I can focus more on schoolwork without, the financial burden or constantly thinking about, okay, what about next semester or the semester after that? I know that I'm able to be here and I'm able to stay here and focus on my schoolwork, and also indulge more in extracurricular activities. For example, like the University Ambassador Program. I'm able to do that because I can focus more on my schoolwork and be a part of more things. Also, do more extracurricular so I can set a good example for my siblings, because they mean the world to me.
I feel as an HBCU, African Americans should always be lifting African Americans up. And when I graduate and I'm an alumni here, I would be more than willing to give back, because I know the feeling that I got when I received my scholarship and was told that I had a full ride to this university is something I will remember for the rest of my life and can never be replicated. And I'm more than willing to give somebody else that experience in the future.
I just want to say thank you so much for what you did for me. Just from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it so much.
Thank you. You've not only enabled me to have an easier time receiving my education, but also my parents as well.
Thank you 1,000 times, thank you. I know that I wouldn't be here without all those scholarships. And I know that I appreciate it, but other students appreciate it. And that, we wouldn't be here without those scholarships. And we know that we're gonna make you guys proud, and that we can make something of ourselves with that money. So, thank you.